County Board of Commissioners. Item number 1, Future of Information Technology Department, Jody Valentino.
Good morning, gentlemen, and everyone else. As you are well aware, we will be losing our long-term employee, Phil Bentley, from our IT department, and he obviously has done that for years now. He grew into that position would be the best way that I can explain it.
Hey, Jody,
Yes.
I don't know if everybody can hear you. I got you at 100% and I can hardly hear you.
Oh,
Yes, same here, Jody.
I don't know.
There you go.
Is
Little,
that better? All right, I'll talk louder and see if that helps. Phil's retiring, our director of IT services, and the board needs to give us guidance, give myself guidance on what direction you'd like to go in regards to our information technologies department. We are already splitting off the GIS portion of that job because, in all honesty, that's far much more than one person will be able to hire for. However, what I'm looking for is guidance on whether or not you would like me to explore something different than simply advertising for a director of information technologies positions. If you would like to look into any type of quasi outsourcing of some portions of the position, but keeping a tech in place versus a server analyst and tech type of position. So I'm really just looking for some guidance from you before I start moving forward and making plans to adjust and budget.
Okay, any commissioner want to weigh in on that? What Jody's asking on information technologies?
you know, over the next 30 days, Jody, let's each commissioner weigh in with you and then we'll go from there. Is that fair?
That works for me.
All right, and then, so is everybody in agreement? I think we should look at outside just to see what that cost would be. You know, I do think we probably are still going to need somebody on site to do the day-to-day, but you know, there's some, we may be able to contract out cheaper for some of the technical stuff that's got to be done. So I think we ought to look at it. It may be cost prohibitive, but I think we need to find out and then we can give it a yay or a nay. Anybody else?
I agree.
Let's do what Dave says. That's a good idea, Dave.
Yeah, I'd like to see what the job description is and what he's currently doing. So yeah, I'd like a little time to check that over, but like I said, we got a month to get back with her.
Perfect.
Okay,
Because I mean, it's kind of heard of some of the stuff that they did, but everything that he did. So
okay, Ken, any thoughts? Well, before 30 days, we can use 30 days, but we don't want to drag it out, okay? All right, anything else in regards to the Information Technologies Department? Okay. I guess that takes in number 2 also, doesn't it, Jody?
Well, kind of.
Okay.
I do want to just, we've talked about the GIS specialist position a few other times. I've mentioned the creation and the division of that at the end of last year when we first initially found out that our director of IT was leaving. Now, Phil originally was hired in to do basic mapping several years ago. We'll go with several so I don't date anybody, and grew into the actual IT director position. At this point, mapping has really expanded. The GIS, the Geographic Information System, the possibilities, the things that we can do, the requirements from different departments, outside sources, townships, utility companies, put us into a position where we can really grow this and look at mapping or GIS as a department that really supports economic development even in our county. Additionally, with that, we'd have to be looking at some sort of a department cost where we'd be charging for those types of services as well. So I provided to you last week, and then again this week it's in the packet, the job description for a GIS specialist. This will be a new position. It is a full-time position within Roscommon County. Initially, I think that we will have that person start with reporting to me, but then eventually have them go to either equalization or IT, but the training will all be on Phil and Jamie. This is a level 5 position, and it is on for a motion for you for approval, so I can actually get that posted this week. Questions?
Okay. Anybody have any questions in regards to that motion? I'm seeing Tim shaking his head and I'm hearing nothing, so I guess we're going to move on. Item number 3, is Elaine Palm out there? Yes, she is. There she is. Good morning, Elaine.
Good morning, everyone.
The nutrition program from MSU Extension. So I guess you are up.
All right, good morning. Can everyone hear me okay?
I can.
Great. All right, well, I just wanted to share 3 solid updates. The first comes from the program that I help with, and that is nutrition education. I'm really excited to share that through our partnerships and through our community involvement, I was able to be a connector between the Roscommon County Food Pantry and Michigan dairy farmers. So I'm not sure if you saw in the local paper, I think the Houghton Lake Resorter published that the Roscommon County Food Pantry has a new dairy cooler, and that is free to them through a grant.
Excuse me, Elaine. Ken, could you mute yourself? We're hearing other things coming from there. Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so that came to them through a grant by Michigan dairy farmers. And so it is intended to keep dairy foods in a safe location for holding while people are making time to come into the food pantry. So I'm really excited about that. The other 2 things that I wanted to share was that we have an online course coming up. It's a 5-week virtual course beginning Monday, February 15, to learn how to work with decision makers and influence management decisions to address conservation issues in any community. So I'm promoting it in Roscommon, but it's really for anyone throughout Michigan. It's called Empower You, the letter, Advocating Invasive Species Management and Natural Resources Conservation. The registration for those 5 virtual courses is $10 per person. And to find out more information, you can visit events.anr.msu.edu/empower the letter U 2021. I'm glad this is recorded because you can go back and play that again. The third thing that I wanted to share is that we continue to do virtual programming across all areas of MSU Extension. And one exciting thing that we're doing is 4-H family trivia nights. So that encourages family engagement and providing an opportunity for safe, socially distanced fun. Families who participate all 3 nights are entered into a drawing for family caricature portraits. And so that is happening I'm pulling up my notes here. February 22nd, February 29th, and March 5th. It's fun trivia covering things like Pure Michigan, pop culture, movies, music, and all kinds of things. And that's family friendly. So to find out more about that, I'm going to say you can visit the Roscommon County 4-H Facebook page or contact John Worm here in Roscommon County for 4-H programs. So thank you. I appreciate the space to share about those 3 exciting updates. My coworker, Julie Crick from MSU Extension, shared a Google form to register for those trivia nights. So thanks, Julie, for the assistance there. Any questions?
Elaine, could you send a link for that Empower You online course to either Jody or Alicia? I would like to register and take that. I couldn't write fast enough, and I don't know if I could go, if I'm technologically challenged to go through this recording and find it again. So if you could do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
I will do that. And I see that there's a chat that there's not a February 29th this year. So I'm not trying to pull your leg. That is information that I am reading from a graphic. So I'll share some more details regarding both through email to Jody. Thanks very much.
Okay, any other commissioners have anything? Mr. Milburn?
I was just waving hello.
Oh, all right. Anyone else? Tim or David? Okay, that takes care of our work session. I do see that Dee Dee's out there right now. Anything else to share in regards to that motion number 6 in regards to approving the temporary waiver of the specific articles for animal control?
Just to let you know that all the townships were on board to go ahead and extend till April 1st if it does pass. And we are having, the first clinic will be February 27th from 10 to 2, the shot clinic. And we did get a second vet that is willing to do another one on March 20th. So we will be having both clinics. We're not quite sure on the time for the second one yet, but we are all set for 2 clinics. So.
Okay, thank you. Any commissioners have anything they'd like to say in regards to the motions? Any questions you need to be answered now? We got some time. Otherwise, we can wait till the next meeting if everybody's on board. So whatever your preference, gentlemen. Anything, Tim?
Nope, I'm all set. Thank you.
Okay, David?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, Ken?
I'm good.
Mark?
Nothing at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. All righty. We will be back here at 10 o'clock for our regular meeting. Thank you. In attendance, ready to roll here. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 commissioners. So with that, and Michelle, are you present? Yes, you are.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Good morning. Welcome to the Roscommon County Board of Commissioners regular meeting, January 27th, 2021, 10 o'clock a.m. via Zoom. Item number 2, Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Milburn, would you please lead us in a Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Milburn. Item 3, roll call of board members. Michelle, please.
Russo,
Present.
Melvin,
Here.
Schneider,
Here.
Milburn,
Here.
Muckenthaler.
Here. from my office at the county building.
Yep. Snyder from his office also. Thank you.
Yes,
Milburn-
I got
Milburn
it.
too.
I got it.
Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome.
Okay, item number 4, approval of the agenda, please.
Approval, so moved, Mr. Chair.
Second,
Motion is made by Commissioner Milburn, seconded by Commissioner Russo to approve the agenda. Any further comments from any commissioner at this time, please? Hearing none, roll call.
Muckenthaler,
Yes,
Melvin,
Yes,
Schneider,
Yes,
Russo,
yes.
Milburn.
Yes.
Motion carries.
item 5, under public comment, do we have any public comment, please, from anyone out there? I see one person shaking their head no, and I hear nothing from anybody else, so we will move on. Item 6, Administrator Controller Report.
Well, good morning again. Quick lawsuit update. We are down to 4, which is nice. Of course, most of them are on a complete standstill as our courts, not necessarily our court, but the larger courts have been closed to a lot of the civil litigations based on COVID. The lawsuit involving the jail has been still with our counsel, Haider Kazim, at a standstill, waiting for that court to open up. The opioid test phase has been completed, but will not be reviewed by the courts until such time that those courts open up. We do have some expected movement with the Chill versus Roscommon County Court of Appeals case. And according to our attorney, we should be looking at some movement within the next 30 days. So that'll be interesting to see where we go with that. And then the Fox versus Counties, which was reprimanded back in regards to the foreclosed properties and taxes. They're in the process right now of reviewing and appealing for decisions regarding essentially how much and how those foreclosed taxed homes would be reimbursed to the individuals that would be in question at that point. We are officially open to the public as far as not having by appointments. Our district court administrator submitted on behalf of the courts phase 2, and we were approved for that. So we are back open again. We are no longer screening at the door. We are asking people to self-screen as they come in, still must be masked. And we are also requiring that each department keep a daily log of the visitors. So if there is the need to do contact tracing, we would be able to provide that information out. I did have a request from one of the unions in regards to no longer providing the quarantine pay to review the 2021 Consolidated Appropriations Act, which in essence provides an entity, some entities with the ability to apply for a tax credit if you do continue to pay quarantine pay. I have looked at it, but I did promise I would look at it again. So I'll put that on my to-do list by the end of this week. We closed out the resume and cover letter acceptance as of the 25th at 4 o'clock for the Director of Maintenance and Operations. At that close, we had 27 applicants for the position. Of those 27, 6 did not meet the minimum requirements. So we are currently, those of us that are on the interview committee are currently reviewing the 21 to narrow it down to a good sized pool of first applicants to do first interviews with, and then we will move forward from there. I will be posting the GIS specialist position today. I am going to post that internally for a week as we go, because there are some internal applicants that do meet the minimum qualifications. So we'd like to give them a chance to review that. Additionally, we are posting the administration, the secretary position as well. That is posted internally until Monday. If we do not have a successful applicant from that pool, I will move forward with external postings. I'm currently working weekly on the accruals process for all of the bills and then our payroll back to the 2021 budget in preparation for our audit, which will be June of this year. We are also I'm doing some self audits on our COVID grants to make sure that is all in line. We do have 2 that are external to this office, and I know both of those are being managed very well by the people that are in charge. We were able to have a COVID vaccination clinic last week for the critical essential workers in critical and essential infrastructure. Like I said, that was held last week, and thank you to our district court administrator for adding that to her plate to get that all coordinated. It was a lot of work trying to work between departments and get everything put together with Central Michigan District Health, and I appreciate it. Our 1099s are ready to be mailed out by the end of the month. W-2s that will be completed by January 31st. We've had some people ask if they'd be sooner. So I just did a quick kind of reminder to everybody that the IRS is not actually accepting filings until February anyhow. At this point, I believe it was February 12th is when they'll start accepting filings. So we will have them by January 31st by the deadline. A couple other things for you. We do have a new labor attorney assigned to us from our law firm, Keller and Toma. Gary King, who we have been using for several years, did retire. Gary Sashito is our new attorney. I met with her virtually on Monday and think that we're going to have a great relationship. So I'm pretty excited about that. I did have to have a meeting with our MIDC. They are rolling out Standard 5, which in essence talks about making sure that decisions as far as indigent counsel are made outside of the courts. That's something that's pretty much so done already. There's a very fair way of allocating whom is assigned counsel. It's just basically a list that you rotate down. So we're pretty much so in compliance with that as it stands currently. I have also been working along with Jamie Hauserman and Marcy Dankert with the Road Commission in regards to the language that deals with the allocation of the road millage and how that formula has to be put together. So we'll have that to them shortly, so they'll be able to provide that information to the townships and the village. And another quick update for you, just so you know what's going on in some other places. We have a new jail management system that will be in place this year, and it requires a lot of training hours from our administration in 911 and the sheriff's office, and then we'll roll into specific training for all of those individuals as well. This also includes Crawford County. So we will have those couple virtual meetings at the end of February and at March. That is the training that will be taking place in the room for in the commissioner's meeting room, which will be why we still will be virtual in order to allow them to do that without spending any additional taxpayer dollars on rent. So that's where we're at.
Okay. Can I go back, Jody, to what you just alluded to?
Yes.
I did reach out, I believe I reached out to all commissioners in regards to the commissioners meeting room being used for February 24th and March 10th. And if I remember right, everybody was okay with that. Am I correct, guys?
Yes.
Okay. I know Dave was. How about you, Mark?
I'm fine, Mr. Chair.
Okay, all right, good. Thank you. That was my only question. Anybody else have any question for Jody's report, please, at this time? Yes, Ken, go ahead.
Jody, on the phase 2, the county building is open to anybody in the public to come in now?
Yes, sir. That is correct.
What about any departments working remotely from home? Are they all to be back in the office now?
So this is an interesting quandary. Commissioner Milburn and myself just had this discussion earlier this morning. We are still under the guidelines of MIOSHA and OSHA, which require that if you can work remotely, you must work remotely. So the answer to that question is no, because we have to allow remote work, or we will not be in compliance with state laws.
Okay, thank you.
All right, any other commissioner have anything for our controller, please? Okay, hearing none. Item number 7 under correspondence. We've got a molecular analysis of the East Tawas report, Common McGanzers in there. If anybody had a chance to go through it, I did go through the first couple pages of it. Did anybody have anything they'd like to add or a question on that, please, at this time? Okay, we will file that with our agenda then for the day. Item B, Wexford County Resolution 20-30. It's in regards to supporting local businesses. Item C, MSU Roscommon 4-H Family News. And item D, St. Vincent de Paul Roscommon in regards to rental inspections. And I believe that's something that some of our townships are looking into. Am I correct? Anybody got any input on that, please? Any commissioner?
I know Lake Township, Roscommon, and Denton is looking into that right now.
Okay. All right.
Bob, I'm not a commissioner, but I do know that Garrish Township already put that into play. I don't know if you guys maybe want to have us draft some sort of a correspondence in return to that letter from St. Vincent's de Paul, and just let them know that that is something that is done at a township level. So hopefully they communicated directly to the townships and let them know, those townships that are in the process of making that happen.
Is that what the commissioners would like us to do, is to respond to that letter?
I would like that done, please.
Okay.
Sounds like a good idea.
All right. Make it short and to the point, okay? And are you guys, it's all right for me to sign it in regards to the commissioners, or do you need that for a motion?
No, that should be fine, Bob.
Okay, all right, thank you. Anything else in regards to correspondence from any commissioner at this time? Okay, hearing none, on to animal control operations. Any questions in regards to E911? Any questions in regards to 911? So. Okay, hearing none. Number 9, any visitors that would like to be noticed at this time, please? Okay, hearing none. Anything under new or unfinished or new business? Any commissioner at this point? All right, we're flying right along. Item number 11. Clerk Stevenson, are you ready to go?
I suppose so.
Okay. Motions for January 27th, 2021. Motion number 1, please, Michelle.
Move to adopt and administer the MERS defined benefit DB plan and MERS hybrid plan agreement addendums, see attached, effective January 27th, 2021, defining specific leave types to be followed for service credit. Adoption of amendments are not a change in past application, simply a requirement of MERS to define those leaves included.
I'll make that motion.
Okay,
Second.
motion was made by Commissioner Muckenthaler, seconded by Commissioner Milburn to adopt the MERS defined benefit plan and MERS hybrid plan agreement addendum, effective January 27th, 2021. Any comment from any commissioner at this time, please? Hearing none, roll call.
Russo,
Yes.
Melvin,
yes,
Schneider,
Yes,
Milburn,
yes,
Muckenthaler.
yes,
Motion carried.
okay. Motion 2, please.
Move to reappoint Bill Tudor to the Roscommon County Recycling Committee for a 4-year term beginning February 1, 2021 through January 31st, 2025.
I'll make
So
that
moved.
motion.
Whoops, I'm sorry.
Motion is
Tim.
made by Commissioner Milburn, seconded by Commissioner
Amen.
Russo. Any
not
further
not by,
comment?
not by
That
me,
is
Mr.
Melvin.
Chairman. I didn't make the motion, Mr. Chair.
I thought I said Commissioner Russo.
Yes.
Okay, motion was made by Commissioner Melvin, seconded by Commissioner Russo. Any further comment in regards to motion 2? Hearing none, roll call.
Milburn,
Yes,
Muckenthaler,
yes,
Schneider,
Yes,
Russo,
Yes.
Melvin.
Yes,
Motion carried.
okay. Motion 3, please, Michelle.
Move to reappoint Jack McCauley to the Roscommon County Recycling Committee for a 4-year term beginning February 1, 2021 through January 31st, 2025.
So move.
second,
Motion is made by Commissioner Russo, seconded by Commissioner Muckenthaler. Any further comment from any commissioner at this time? Hearing none, roll call.
Melvin,
yes,
Milburn,
yes,
Schneider,
Yes,
Muckenthaler,
yes,
Russo.
Yes.
Motion carried.
motion 4, please.
Move to approve the GIS specialist position as approved by the Personnel Committee. See attached. Position will be set at pay level 5 as recommended by the Wage and Salary Committee.
I'll make that motion,
I'll
Second.
second it. Motion is made by Mr. Muckenthaler, seconded by Commissioner Schneider to approve the GIS specialist position. Any further comment from any commissioner at this time? Hearing none, roll call.
Russo,
Yes.
Milburn,
yes,
Melvin,
yes,
Schneider,
Yes,
Muckenthaler.
yes,
Motion carried.
motion 5, please.
Move to amend motion 4 approved on January 13th, 2021 by the following amendment to term and dates. Move to appoint April Hare to the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority Board for a partial term beginning January 13th, 2021 through October 31st, 2023.
so move, Mr. Chair.
second,
Motion made by Mr. Milburn, seconded by Commissioner Muckenthaler to approve the amended motion 4 from January 13th. Any further discussion, please, from any commissioner? Hearing none, roll call.
Schneider,
Yes,
Russo,
Yes.
Melvin,
yes,
Muckenthaler,
yes,
Milburn.
Yes,
Motion carried.
okay.
That was a big one.
Motion number 6, take a big drink of water, take a breath, and start in at your leisure on motion number 6, Michelle.
This is why you can't watch me today. Move to adopt resolution number 2021-01-01, approving temporary waiver of specific articles of ordinance number 6, animal control ordinance. Resolution number 2021-0101, approving temporary waiver of specific articles of ordinance number 6, animal control ordinance. Whereas Roscommon County is a municipality in the state of Michigan, granted powers and immunities under the provisions of the Michigan Constitution, Michigan compiled laws, and judiciary rulings related to county government. And whereas on May 27, 2020, at a regularly scheduled meeting, the Roscommon County Board of Commissioners adopted ordinance number 6, animal control ordinance amended, effective July 1st, 2020, relating to and providing for animal control within the boundaries of Roscommon County, prescribing the licensing and vaccination of dogs and the confinement of animals under certain circumstances, authorizing an annual census to be made of dogs, enumerating certain violations and penalties, prescribing the county treasurer's duties with regard to animal control, authorizing certain fees and expenses. And whereas Article 4, Sections 1 through 4 of Roscommon County Ordinance number 6 establishes that on or before February 28th of each year, the owner of any dog 4 months old or older, except as provided in section 3 of this article, shall apply to the ACO or treasurer in writing for a license for each dog owned or kept by said owner, and that such application for a license shall be accompanied by proof of vaccination of the dog for rabies by a valid certificate of vaccination for rabies with a vaccine licensed by the United States Department of Agriculture, signed by an accredited veterinarian. And whereas the Roscommon County Animal Control Program annually offers low-cost shot clinics to residents of Roscommon County for the purpose of increasing canine rabies vaccinations, providing an opportunity for dog owners of Roscommon County to obtain needed vaccinations at an affordable cost. And whereas various required and necessary social gathering restrictions related to the global COVID-19 pandemic have prevented the normal scheduling of low-cost shot clinics as previously scheduled in past years by the Roscommon County Animal Control Program, which provided residents the opportunity to not only comply with mandated and essential canine care, but also purchase state of Michigan and County of Roscommon required dog licenses at a rate significantly reduced through February 28th of each year. And whereas the Roscommon County Board of Commissioners, along with the Director of Animal Control, recognize that the federal, state, and local COVID-19 restrictions have prohibited Roscommon County from hosting low-cost shot clinics, thereby preventing a large population of Roscommon County canine owners from purchasing licenses at the discounted rate prior to February 28th, as stated in Ordinance Number 6, Animal Control Ordinance Amended. Now therefore be it resolved that the Roscommon County Board of Commissioners approves a temporary waiver of Article 4, Sections 1 through 4 of Roscommon County Ordinance Number 6, Animal Control Ordinance Amended, specifically. Number 1, extension of discounted license fees from February 28th to April 1st. Number 2, delinquent fee of $40 per license shall not be applied until April 2nd. Be it further resolved that under Article 14, Section 1 of Roscommon County Ordinance Number 6, Animal Control Ordinance Amended, all township, village, and city treasurers of Roscommon County shall receive the sum of $1 for each dog license issued and receive the sum of 50 cents for each discounted license they sell throughout this period.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
Go ahead, Mark.
Okay. Motion was made by Commissioner Muckenthaler, seconded by Commissioner Milburn to adopt a resolution approving temporary waiver of specific articles of ordinance number 6, animal control ordinance. Any further discussion by any commissioner at this time, please?
yes, Mr. Chair, I'd just like to say thank you to our exceptional staff at the Animal Control Shelter. This is very important that the word gets out. I think it's important that we give this extension and help those that are in our county have that benefit. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Any other commissioners have any comment? All right, hearing none, roll call, please.
Melvin,
Yes,
Russo,
Yes,
Schneider,
Yes,
Milburn,
Yes,
Muckenthaler.
Yes,
Resolution adopted.
okay, thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome.
All right, moving on to item number 12, committee reports. Commissioner Melvin, please.
on the 21st, I did the agenda meeting. And I'm going to be working on the maintenance resumes and scoring. Jody's gonna bring those out to me today. That's it.
Okay, I believe our agenda was on the 22nd, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I didn't change my calendar.
Okay, just wanted to be accurate, that's all. Okay, Commissioner Muckenthaler, please.
yes. On the 15th, we had a MCOG meeting, which was virtual. On the 20th, we had a collaborative board meeting, which was virtual. And that should be it.
Tim, I'm sorry, you cut out both times when you said what type of meetings they were.
Okay. The 15th was the MCOG, East Michigan Council on Government, and that was for a Zoom meeting. And the other was a collaborative board on the 20th, and that was also a Zoom meeting.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Commissioner Russo.
Yes, I had a Home Lake Improvement Board meeting, virtual. I met with the Personnel Committee. I just went through the resumes for the maintenance director and winter levels for Home Lakes 1 inch over.
Okay. Commissioner Milburn.
Last week I had a Northwest Michigan Community Action Agency meeting and Commission on Aging meeting. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. I had the agenda meeting, which was on the 22nd, which Ken covered, and also David and I and Jody with a personnel meeting on Wednesday, the 20th. And that is it, as I've got. One thing I'd like to bring up under committee report, I don't know if it's appropriate place for it or not, but it was pointed out to me last week that the personnel committee, which is Mr. Commissioner Russo and myself, was going to need to sit down, and we have a contract coming up for our controller. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct, Bob.
Okay, so just to make sure that all the commissioners are in the loop on that, we will start to sit down with our administrative controller and get something hammered out in regards to her contract, okay? So details will be forthcoming. Item number 13. Any public comment by anybody at this time, please, out there in Zoom land?
Bob, this is Michelle. I have something.
Okay,
Well, in response to Jody's question at the last meeting regarding when the planning commission was formed, Teresa, my lovely little research bug, found that it was actually established in 1944. And so we actually have a copy of the bylaws, and since Julie Crick's on here, and I know she's the secretary for that. The bylaws need to be amended. Committee, they need to be reviewed and amended. I read through them quickly this morning, and so there are some things. So I will pass that along since we have David and Julie on here to get that taken care of. Great news, yesterday was the filing deadline for any proposals for the May election, and there were none filed, so we do not have a May election in Roscommon County. Yay. Very excited about that. And I think that's all I have at this time.
Thank
Okay.
you, Michelle.
You're welcome.
thank you. Thank
Bob,
you.
I have a short comment if I could.
Yes, go ahead, please, Greg Smack.
Yeah, I noticed that the molecular analysis of East Tawas report was part of the agenda. And I know it's kind of a long report, but I just thought I'd take a brief moment here and kind of summarize what that determined and why it was conducted. There has been speculation at certain areas that maybe we were relocating swimmer's itch when we were relocating ducks in our trapping and relocation program. And so a study was undertaken this year to determine what the effect of the relocation sites has been. And long story short is the relocation sites that we're intending to continue using don't have the snail present that we see that is necessary to be part of the cycle for swimmer's itch. So without that snail present, we really can't be relocating swimmer's itch by moving infected birds there. And that's probably the nuts and bolts of what the report showed, but there was quite a bit of eDNA analysis done, water sampling type thing. And although there are some parasites that produce an eDNA signal that's similar to the one that causes swimmer's itch, the swimmer's itch snails were not apparent. So I just wanted to throw that out there so everybody knows what we've been doing and pretty much what our results have shown us recently.
Okay, well, thank you very much for the short explanation. It does explain a lot. Thank you. Any commissioners have any other questions?
All right, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Anybody else under public comment at this time, please? Okay, hearing nothing. Item number 14, adjournment, please.
So move, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Motion was made by Mr. Milburn, seconded by Mr. Russo to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.